Respected friends, salutations, welcome you all. What we have is our own mind. In that mind alone, doing good or doing bad is there. In that mind alone, justifying, substantiating that doing good or doing bad is there. We alone are there. Therefore, our mind, in that mind, let us become aware that we are doing our everyday Upanishad Adhyanam. So that doing of Upanishad Adhyanam being the most sacred and noble endeavor, it is we who have to acknowledge, appreciate ourselves, feel happy about it, and continue doing so. At the same time, is this Upanishadic Adhyanam, is it bringing the required substantial transformation in our orientation and attitude towards the life? Is it happening or not? Once in a while, pausing, we can have that question. And also, once in a while, finally, what is Upanishad is expecting us to do and reach? Is that understood by us? Are we convinced by it? Are we fully prompted by or tempted by or inspired by it to walk on that path, or still we are only in reading the roadmap busy? This is how we alone are there in this spiritual path. We alone have to take up noble sadhanas activities. We alone have to encourage, inspire ourselves, feeling happy about it. We alone have to continue it till the ultimate truth is achieved. Other than us, who three us are with us are our gurus, our Bhagavan, and our Shruti Mata. With our more intimate connect with them, subtly we can feel their continuous, constant, encouraging, protecting, blessing presence. That is very subjective. We can have also Guru, Ishvara, Shrutimata, Smarana, Bhakti, and Shraddha in them, which is always good and healthy. We can just continue in a routine manner our study, which is okay but not the best. So never feel left alone. We have our gurus, we have our Bhagwan, we have our Shruti Mata to help us. Anybody other than these three cannot be the guides to us, inspirers to us, especially if they are worldly. Therefore, don't seek anyone's company. Even that company comes, unko check karo. Only if they are spiritual, then allow them to enter into the mind. If not, outside, whatever vyavahara required, that much is enough. Then again, we are all alone. It is we have to feel happy about what good things we are doing and encourage ourselves, inspire ourselves, especially our daily Shastra Adhyanam. How deeply we are studying, how we are contemplating and deeply understanding, how much we are abiding by it. Though are the questions to be certainly, surely, soon answered, but the mere fact that in this terrible Kali Yuga, full of tamas rajas, every day morning getting up, getting ready, getting into the class and getting into the mood of studying Shastra itself is no less an achievement. So, congrats to all of us. May God Guru Shruti Mata bless us continuously in this way to keep ourselves in this mood of Shastra Adhyana. And very good that early morning every day, having woken up, doing your routines of japa, upasana, puja without much worldly interaction, protecting the mind with its for its Shuddha Ekagra Sattva Guna. If we come to our class, our listening will be more effective and fruitful. Later on, slowly, we can involve in the worldly activity. But Subha Shant, unless if it is required, we need not be involved in anything so that mind is not brought into the Rajoguna mood of agitation, especially for the Upanishad class. होने के बाद the whole day is at our disposal. These small little looking tips alone help us to do the best whatever we do at the time of doing them. Welcome, like every day, today too we'll have our 8 9 sessions. One, the Aruna Prashna Parayanam, two, Taittiriya Upanishad, Adi Shankara Bhashya Sameta Adhenam, three, Mundaka Upanishad, Bhashya Adhenam, four, Bhagavad Gita in English for the youth, fifth, evening, Bhagavatam Dashamaskandham, sixth, Bhagavatam Dwadashaskandham, seventh, we'll have our Adhyatma Ramayana Adhenam, then the eighth one will have our what do you call the Trishati is over Devi Aparada Kshapapana Stotra. One thing we missed after our this class, the Patanjala Yoga Darshana Shastram. Thus, 9 sessions we have every day. Let us start by invoking the grace of Rishi Muni Guru Devata next 3 4 minutes, so that when they are kind to us through our prayers, they will be with us to ensure that every of the class, every of the attempt of sadhana is done little better than what we did yesterday. Let's try. Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Sarvopaplavarahitāh Prajnānaghanaः Pratyagārthaः Brahmaivahamasmi Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtham Shaktim च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोडकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरोन् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. आब्रह्मलोकादाशेषाद् आलोकालोकपर्वतात् ये वसन्ति द्विजा देवाः तेभ्यो नित्यं नमो नमः. ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे. निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्रीवेदव्यास वैशम्पायने याज्ञवल्क्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः. श्रीभाष्यकाराय आद्यशङ्कर सद्गुरवे नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्तभगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रहप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृतसमस्तसाधकभक्तसेवकोपासक संस्थापकानां च धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये समस्तशक्तीनां साधनानां सम्पदानाम् आनुकूल्यतानां प्राप्तिद्वारा विघ्नशत्रुनिर्मूलनद्वारा दिग्विजयप्राप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्तिकल्याण एकताप्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्माकं साधकानामपि आयुरारोग्य क्षेमस्थैर्य श्रद्धाभक्त्यादि समस्त सत्साधना संपदा अवाप्ति द्वारा शास्त्र अध्ययन साफल्यता प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री अरुण प्रश्नस्य पारायणं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ अरुण प्रश्नः we have done yesterday till 90th mantra 91 onwards. ओम अथ अरुण प्रश्नः ओम सतो बन्धुमसति निरविन्दन् हृदि प्रतेष्या कवयो मनीषेति उपैनन्तदुपनमति यत्कामो भवति य एवं वेद स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा शरीरमधूनुत तस्य यन्मागं समासीत ततोरुणाः केतवो वातरशना ऋषय उदतिष्ठन् येन खाः ते वैखानसाः ये वालाः ते वालखिल्याः यो रसः सोपाम अन्तरतः कूर्मं भूतकं सर्पन्तं तमब्रवीत् मम वै त्वं मागुंसा समभूत नेत्यब्रवीत पूर्वमेवाहमिहासमिते तत्पुरुषस्य पुरुषत्वं स सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् भूत्वोदतिष्ठत तमब्रवीत त्वं वै पूर्वगं समभूः त्वमिदं पूर्वः कुरुष्वेते स इत आदायापह अंजलिना पुरस्तादुपादधात् एवा ये वेते तथ आदित्य उदतिष्ठत सा प्राचेदिक अथारुण केतुर्दक्षिणत उपादधात् एवा ह्यग्न इति ततो वा अग्निरुदतिष्ठत सा दक्षिणादिक अथारुण केतुः पश्चादुपादधात् एवा हि वायो इति ततो वायुरुदतिष्ठत सा प्रतीचीदिक अथारुण केतुरुत्तरतः उपादधात् एवा हीन्द्रेति ततो व इन्द्र उदतिष्ठत सोदीचीदिक अथारुण केतुर्मध्य उपादधात् एवा हि पूषन्निते ततो वै पूषोदतिष्ठत सेयन्दिक ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं बलवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ओम शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानंदवल्ली शांति मंत्रः ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ षष्ठोऽनुवाकः ओम असन्नेव स भवते असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनं ततो विदुरिदे तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य अथातोऽनुप्रश्नाः उता विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति आहो विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुता ओ सोकामयत बहुस्यां प्रजा ये ते सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा इदगं सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किञ्च तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशत तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्चाभवत् निरुक्तं च निरुक्तं च निलयनं च निलयनं च विज्ञानं च विज्ञानं च सत्यं चानृतं च सत्यमभवत् यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्याचक्षते तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ओम शांति शांति शांति। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री वेद व्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। Friends, this is how first learning to chant. Thereafter, learning the meaning of every word and sentence. Then, studying that word and sentence with the help of the Bhashyam and seeing the truth, the reality in that as directly told or through the qualification or sadhana, which is the purpose of this entire Upanishad. Upanishad's purpose is to give us Brahma Vidya and through that the liberation from Jiva Dehadi Tadatmya. So in every word sentence of Upanishad, same Brahmanubhuti is indicated either directly or as the means or the sadhanas or the outer or inner preparations. So that essence keep on catching. Then whatever sadhana to be done, whether it's the gross sadhanas or subtle sadhanas or the sadhanas of changing our orientations, our attitudes, they have to be consciously, deliberately done. Then only we can see slowly, steadily the transformation in us from being a worldly extroverted to be a spiritual introverted being. Only when that is continued for a long period of time, that the layers covering the Atma Vastu, they slowly will be removed. Then we will be having Pratyaksha Darshana Sakshatkara of that. Till that happens, we will not leave the path of studying Shastra and all. Till that happens, we must continuously monitor ourselves, which are the wrong actions done by body, speech, or mind, because of which our own Adhyatmika sadhana is becoming hindered or stopped or obstacled. So, those things we should keep on avoiding. And what are those which help us in this regard? Doing only those things. In this way, a complete, clear, unambiguous understanding and practice in our life should happen regarding Adhyatmika sadhana, Adhyatmika jivana, Adhyatmika anubhava or the pragati. We are studying the serious text, beautiful text, Taittiriya Upanishad. Here we are into the most important topic in this, the Brahmananda Valli. In that also the Brahma Tattva Vicharana, Brahma Tattva Mimamsa is going on. And that is done through the following of the Shastra. That Shastra is this Upanishad. So in this Upanishad, whatever Shruti Mata, whatever the rishis have said, through the Bhashyam, we are trying to understand it. And that understanding itself, as just now said, should transform our personality. That is called as Adhyatmika sadhana happening. So Shastras, all of them, Apaurushaya, become means for us as mirrors to reflect upon ourselves and bring the required changes for our own beautification. The beautification is Aham Brahmasmi. Anything other than that is uglification only, which already we have done. So in this, the Purva Pakshis Prashna Astiva Nastiva Gachati Nagachati समश्नुते न समश्नुते अथा तोनु प्रश्नाः उता विद्वान् अमुं लोकं प्रेत्य अविद्वान् अमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति और न गच्छति आहो विद्वान् अमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुता और न समश्नुता. This was a discussion done. So in that first the asti nasti was exhaustively discussed. Therefore, the result of it is, even though the Parabrahma Tattva doesn't fall in the category of Vyavaharika Vastus, even though Parabrahma is beyond any of the Visheshanas, therefore he is not caught by any of the Upadhis, yet he is existing. Point 1. Point 2, he is existing as the pure existence itself. So Brahma asti, Brahma sad rupena asti. So asti nasti is answered. And throughout for our life, Brahma Tattva is there and we are pursuing to reach to that only. In this, not even an iota of doubt, suspicion should come by or for any means. If at all comes any reason, come back to this Upanishad and do the study, see the quotations given, see the logics given, and then come back to the original feeling of Brahman is there and is there as existence. Pursuing him, reaching him alone in our experience is the freedom from all the limited upadhi tadatmya yukta jivadi expressions. In this way, we have to become very straightforward, clear in this regard. So, asti nasti is done. Then in that questions came, if he is the karana like the mrudadi, he must be jada. Then it is answered by the explanation that so kamayata. ये जड़ा cannot do कामना, ये चैतन्य होना चाहिए कोई भी कामना करता है तो. Therefore Brahman is said to be Chaitanya Swarupa, not Jada Swarupa. Why? Because so kamayata is there. A person should be alive, to have a kamana. A dead inert cannot have the kamana. When it is said, then the question came, then if he also has desires, I also have desires. Why should I become him? After which again the desires and efforts remain, we get bound up. First the answer is given, yes, you have desires, Brahman has desires, but there is a difference. So, the difference is we are bound by our desire. Brahman is not bound by his desires. Why? We are paratantra on the desire, he is swatantra on the desire. So he is a swatantra and he doesn't require any other external help. And his desire is not for his selfishness. It is born out of jnanam and shuddhata. And it is only for the Vishwa Kalyana. The desire the Paramatma does of Sushti Sthiti Laya in the Sthiti Kala Dharma Samstapana, for that Dushta Shikshana, Sishta Rakshana. All these are the desires with which avatars come and they do. And in and through all of them, there is no ego or selfishness involved. Therefore, those desires don't bind them. You and I are slaves of the desires. Our desires are out of incompleteness. Parabrahma desires are out of completeness. Our desires are to get something. His desires are to express himself. His own glorious Shaktis or powers are infinitude. Whenever we get desires, we become miserable. That's why we are paratantra. But the Lord gets desires and enjoys them because they are not selfish. In this way, desires are there in Brahma, so kamayata, but that doesn't bind him. Therefore, he is not anapta kama, he is apta kama. Anapta kama means whose desires have not ended. Apta kama means all desires ended. So his desires are born out of ending of all desires means selfish personal desires are gone. He is complete infinite. And infinite also can desire. It is for the sake of the helping to the finite. The infinite desires to express as many and give facilities to the finite jivas to do sadhana, whereas the individual jiva, you and I, have desires to become complete or infinite. So, and our desires are full of efforts. we have to put. And his thing is what? Just sankalpa matrena sarvam. Shrujati. Effortlessness there in him. Reason for effortlessness is wherever the ego is involved, wherever conditions too many are there, wherever limited upadhis are there, there all these things will happen. In pure self, because these things are not there, there is no effort also there. Yeah, yesterday we have seen all these things. Now, in continuation of that, so kamayato bahusyam praja yeti satapotapyata satapastaptva idagam sarvamasujata yadidam kincha tat sruštva tadevanupravishato tadanupravishya. These are the portions of the sixth Anuvaka, of which the literal meaning, the Bhashya meaning, we have to deeply analyze and understand for expanding our intellects, understanding about the truth or the Brahma or reality. Every of these understandings regarding glory of Brahma Tattva removes the ignorance of Brahma Tattva, at the same time slowly keeps on proving the world to be dependent. It is temporary, it is unreal, it is mithya, it is, not, it is therefore worthless to run behind it. All these things, as our jnana regarding Brahma Tattva becomes stronger and stronger, as a byproduct, these things will certainly happen. So kamayata, he desired. What is desire? Bahusyam, let me become many. How? Prajayeya, by taking birth in so many forms. This is how the literal meaning. Through the bhashya, the deeper meaning of these we are going to study now. Then so kamayata bahusyam prajayeti. Then how? Tapo satapo tapyata. He did tapasya. Satavastaptva, having done that Davasya, Idagam Sarvam Asrujat, all that which is called as Idam, whether it is in Jagrat Stula, in the Swapna, the Sukshma, to I, the Aham, whatever is seen as other than him, experienced by him, is called as Idam, Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Jobi Ho. Idagam Sarvam Asrujat, in a gross manner, Idam means the entire world of multiplicity which is spread in front of our perceptions, experiences, outer and inner. Idagam sarvam asrujata. Thereafter, yadidam kincha means everything which is idam rupena, all that he only has created. Tat sruštva, then having created, tadevanupravishata, he himself entered it. Tadanupravishya, having entered, he only became Satya, Tyacha, Bhavatu, Niruktam, Aniruktam, Nilayanam, Anilayam, Satyam cha, Anrutam cha, Satyam Bhavatu. Those are all the next portion. So here, among all these topics, Tat Sruštva, Tadevanu Pravishati is a most subtle topic of our entire Upanishad literature. Top 5 में आप रख सकते हो. If one can understand these things very deeply, the consequences, implications would be of great positivity in spiritual unfoldment. Bhashyakara took all the pains to explain it. We will try to see if we can. And for me too, it's first study. So me also, when 7 8 times I study, thorough understanding and the ability to speak or explain may come. Now we are studying together in the first go. So tatsruštva tadevanupravishato tadanupravishya. Before that, so kamayata bahusyam praja yeyeti satapotapyata satapastaptva idagam sarvamasujata yadidam kincha tatsruštva tadevanupravishata tadanupravishya. Up to this is another portion. We'll study it, then go to the Satyacha Bhavatu later on. So, what Bhashakara says for it, let us see. Saha Akamayata. He desired. Saha means he. He, who is he? The one who is in the context now. Who? Then Brahma Tattva. Akamayata. He desired. So, Saha Atma. That means who? The self. Which self? Who? Yasmad Akashaha Sambhutaha. that from whom the Akasha has come out in this way, which was studied in the first Anuvakam. Tasmadva etasmad atmanah Akashah sambhutah आकाशाद् वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्निरावः पृथ्वी पृथिव्याम् ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नः पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोन्नरसमयः. We have seen it now. So from that Atma, from whom the Akashadi came, in this way Shruti Mata said that Brahman, that Atma, Akamayata. See, so Kamayata clear before the creation. Saha Akamayata. So we have to explain what sort of his desire, what is our desire, what is the difference between. So saha akamayata saha atma yasmad akasha sambhutah akamayata kamitavan. He didn't desire, he is a संकल्प. संकल्प ही धीरे धीरे स्ट्रांग होकर कामना बनता है. कामना ओनली धीरे धीरे स्ट्रांग होकर तृष्णा बनता है. तृष्णा ही धीरे धीरे और स्ट्रांग होकर गर्धी कहते हैं. That it गर्धी means at this very moment I want so much restless till it is obtained. Like sometimes the children are, they throw tantrum and they jump and they dance or they roll on the ground or shout loudly, cry loudly for that thing. Like a child is playing with a toy, very engrossed. You take away that toy from him. How much he will feel, that feeling inside to get back his toy is called a gardhi. Continuously crying, that's called trishna. I want it, asking is called desire. He will say, if it will be there with me, it is nice. That's called sankalpa. You and I also have a lot of these things. So the gardhi, the trishna, the kamana, the sankalpa. So saha akamayata kamitavan, he desired. Katham, how did he desire? What is the meaning of his desire? Our Guru Maharaj says, the Shruti Mata, Bahusyam, Bahusyam, this is what is desire. What is the desire of Parabrahma? Bahusyam. May I become many. May I be seen as many. May I appear as many. Now, in this only entire Vedanta is there. He was one alone. He remained always one alone. And he appeared or wanted to appear as many. If this is caught, everything is caught. Then, while abiding in this knowledge that he was alone, he is alone, he will never be alone, but on himself, who is one without second, manyness he has desired or imagined or projected. If this is strongly understood, in trying to avoid in this, what should happen? All the manynesses which are given so much reality, the reality to the manyness should disappear in our understanding. Wherefore, is the many there or not? Yes, but as what? Only appearance on whom the one without second truth. This thought should become stronger and stronger. Making this knowledge or understanding stronger is called as practical spiritual sadhana. Now remember, if all the differences are only projections and imaginations and not realities, will we give them value of reality? No. If that is not given reality value, will we make it an issue about it? No. Everything is a samsara only because we make the things as issues. Therefore, there will be no samsara at all. And there is no samsara regarding a movie because it is not valued as real, because it is known that it is only projected on the screen. But do we take the same way our day-to-day life, that it is projected on the reality? No. Then we are taking it as a reality only. Therefore, everything is becoming an issue between birth till death, including both of them. That is how they are suffering, troubling us. Therefore, we are suffering there. This is how the Upanishadic Jnanam practically can be utilized to sort out samsara. The Upanishadic Jnanam is only for that. Vicharana avasadhana gatyartham. So, what is the Lord's desire? Bahusyam. Okay, Bahusyam. What is Bahusyam? Bahu means what? Prabhutam. Prabhutam is many, many. Ekabhutam wanting to become Prabhutam. Okay. Mhm. So Bahu Prabhutam. Syam means Bhaveyam. Therefore, Bhagavan never became pieces, pieces and became many. He remaining one only, he wanted to appear as many. Clear? Bhagavan's appearing as many is called as the whole Srishti. In his trying to appear as many, when he used his Maya Shakti, that manyness appeared to be so beautiful, so in variety, that it started giving the experiences as if it is real. The virtual thing. Seeing which we took it as real. That's called samsara. The 3D picture type of it. Or in any movie, the dialogues said, the actions done by the characters when they are absolutely appearing to be realistic. How it affects our mind. Is it not appearing as if so real? Like a child when he's so really crying. When you look at him, you also feel crying because that child appears to be crying so much. पर सम चोट लगा उसको कुछ भी या उसकी चीज कोई नीचे गिर गया whatever. After 2 minutes you see he becomes so calm, quiet and talks to us so kind, lovingly only, naturally as if nothing happened. No, after when you see him nothing happened, mood. Just imagine what happened at that time when he cried. He took it something so seriously, really, that really something happened. And seeing him, we also felt. Therefore, we also had tears. That are the parents. That's how they suffer when the children are fail in exam. They don't get job. Ya kuch hua. So parents also suffer more than. And children say, "Mama, why are you suffering when I am fail? Be happy. You need not buy new books. Same books will continue." Think about it. So, why the Lord doesn't suffer in the multitude of the world? Because He knows it is not real, it is only projection on Himself. Why Jiva suffers? Because he takes the things as real. Thereafter, seeing the differences, he labels them to be different. Then he differentiates. Then, according to the differentiation, he modifies his mind and misbehaves. And when we behave properly, never ever we become miserable. Whenever we have become miserable, means we have misbehaved. How it happens? Like you have seen two people. So one has helped you, one did not help her. So the one who helped her, we give a relation of attachment, raga to that person. The one who doesn't help us, we give the relation of dvesha to that person. Then according to raga, dvesha, we think and act. That's called misbehavior. That gives us dukkha. Because the people are not same. Whatever raga dvesha you have, and according to that, whatever you are done, it is not because of raga dvesha, but it was what you have done, the result are decided. Like you have dvesha for someone, but he deserves something by you to be given. But because of dvesha, you did not give. So that non giving becomes a cause of punishing us. The same way, that other fellow stupid doesn't deserve it. But out of raga, you gave him. So that giving is a papa there, misbehavior. Then that giving kicks you. That's how the raga dvesha make us misbehave and giving us the dukkha only. And why raga dvesha came? You valued this like this, you valued this like this. But what are they both? On one truth only, the appearances. Somebody helped you, other fellow didn't help. The other day, this fellow will not help, the other fellow will help. You understand? If you are very alert, these are all coming, going, should not be given as a reality. Then no formation of raga dvesha. Then we will not misbehave under influence of them. We will behave under the influence of dharma. When you live life of dharma, you are not punished. This is how it happens. So bahusyam means bahu prabhutam syam bhaveyam. May I appear as many. Did Bhagwan become many or appear as many? Be careful about it. He never became many that he lost his oneness. No, he appeared as many, keeping intact his oneness. We have seen yesterday in Bhagavatam all the three examples. The space appeared as many because of the upadhis without becoming many. So the total space, the pot space, the small place, big hall space, in this way, space because of conditionings appearing as many did not become small or big or rectangular or square or hexagonal or circular or triangular. The space never became so because the upadhis it appeared like that. So the gold never became as ornaments, appearing as ornaments. So to Parabrahma did not become Jagat, he appeared as Jagat. Clear? He is appearing as Jagat. So kamayata saha atma yasmad akashadi sambhutah kamayatah kamitavan katham bahusyam bahu prabhutam syam bhaveyam iti. See? When you read that Bhashya, one by one word like that, how like a spoon feeding he is teaching us. But even to receive it, our mind has to be in that sattvika mood, in that ekagra mood, in that committed mood, that I must, through the study of Shastras thoroughly, understand the truth, pursue it, reach to it, and get rid of the samsara created by the untruth or imaginary. In this conviction, when one preparing one's all faculties, like we are going to see now in our Yoga Darshana Shastra, the Vignas, when we deliberately, with our being careful, avoid those Vigna and become absolutely alert and qualified with that thing, when we study the Bhashya Yukta Upanishad mantras, what that Shruti Mata, the Gurus are guiding us for liberation, those things we start grasping, we start catching. This is what expected out of all of us right now onwards. Yes, 3 years we have spent time, we have passed time. It was an entertainment. Now no entertainment. More serious study of every word, every shastra, every of the thought or the idea that's given. That's how we'll try. So Bahusyam is his desire. Bahu means Prabhutam means many. Syam means Bhaveyam, may I appear as many. No, when the word is used, Bhagavan wanted to become many. So immediately imagine that or understand that he was appearing, wanted to appear as many. Becoming, though the word is used, we should not be carried away by that. That's why we already said the gold never became many, appeared as many. But in Vyavahara you can talk. तो उसने सोना जो है आभूषण बन गया. That word using is the problem because that type of usage of word conveys different meaning. The entire problems in our day to day fightings which happen in our domestic violent life is only because of using wrong words at wrong time. And another reason, you use a word with a meaning in your mind, but the other fellow has different meaning for that mind, that word. Not only the word, your expression, your tone, tune, everyone interprets it according to their choice and they suffer. And they react, then they make us also suffer. भयंकर संसार केवल शब्दों से होता है. Therefore, the one who keeps silent or talks only wisdom or very simple things required never goes beyond. He will not become a cause of quarrel or dukkha. By the way, same thing at mini level which we do every day is done at the mega macro level called as using different words in Lord appearing as many, and then those words create problem if we are not very careful. इसलिए भाषा पूरी तरह समझना है, भाव समझना है, तभी जाकर इंटरैक्ट करना है. सो बहुश्याम, बहु मीन्स प्रभुतम, श्याम मीन्स भवेयम. तो मे आई बिकम मेनी, that is what is desire. Again, I use the word become, you can understand it as wanted to appear. So kamayata bahusyam, these two words we have seen the meaning according to Bhashya. Okay, there is a question. कथम एकस्य अर्थांतर अननुप्रवेशे बहुत्वं स्यात्. How one Paramatma doesn't, without becoming or transforming into any other formation, means remaining as it is, becomes Bahu. Again I am reading. Katham means how ekasya of one Parabrahma arthantara ananupraveshe. because Brahman is unmodifiable, unchangeable. So without getting modified or changed into anything other than his original form, katham bahutvam syat? How it can be bahu? How it can be becoming as many? Bahu katham syat? Arthantara ananupraveshe. Artha means remaining as himself as he is, without taking new garbs or new shapes, etc. How he can become many? Ki iti uchyate. That is what is answered in the next word. How is that? Prajayeya means utpadyeya means what? I will be born. Prajayeya means I will be born. So he remaining as himself, he will be born to become many. That is the meaning of Prajayeya. So Sokamayata is different word. Bahusyam is second different word. Prajayeya is third one. So kamayata bahusyam prajayeti. Though in this way we chant at the time of chanting, but at the time of understanding, every word to be independently should be caught. Saha means that Parabrahma, akamayata means kamitavan, bahusyam means prabhutam dvayam. Then next, how one remaining as himself without taking other shapes, etc. How is becoming many? Prajayeya by utpatti, by taking birth. Now, what is taking birth is the most beautiful, cute, fantastic explanation by Bhashyakara. If this is caught, everything is caught of Vedanta. Therefore, next 4 5 minutes are going to be very, very crucial discussions which can transform all our understanding into a greater, higher, subtle degree level. ध्यान से सुनने से. So what is the meaning? Bahutvam syat iti uchyate prajayeya utpadyeya. See, I want to be born. So right now, first in the beginning only, Bhagavan Shankara is removing the possible misunderstanding. When a man gets a son, the son is born as other than him. Therefore, the Paramatma becoming many by taking birth in many forms is not like a man giving birth to children to his wife and he has got his children with him, but they are separate from him. Is it not? The पुत्र जो उत्पन्न होता है वो इनसे अलग है वो. He is a physically different person, it is and all. In that way is not the utpatti of the Brahman in the form of this Jagat. तो मैं अकेला हूँ. मैं भी डिज़ायर किया कि मैं मुझे बहुत बनना है और मुझे बहुत के रूप में जन्म लेना है. That janama prajayeya. Prajayeya means prakarshena jayeya. Jayeya means taking birth. Jati, janma, jayate. Prakarshena jaya. Pra means aneka prakarai jayeya. So Shankara Bhagavan says this birth of Bhagavan in the many form is not like the birth of the children to the parents or father who is separate from the father. ऐसा नहीं है. He says नहीं पुत्र उत्पत्त्या इव अर्थांतर विषयम बहुभवनम. Not like the father giving birth to child, having a child born, therefore he became many. That also many only. And in another context of Vedanta, putra only, vita only in the form of putra comes. That's what they say. The son is none other than the expression of father only. So that way he gave birth and the entity who is born is becoming Bahu only of the father. But in that way, having separate entity other than him is not the way Parabrahma gave birth to the world. Means father gave birth to child, child is different, he's eating different, he's growing different, he's totally indifferent. सब कभी पिताजी 5.25 फुट के होते हैं तो बेटा 6.25 हो जाता है वो. And तगड़ा भी होएगा, intelligent also is. So much differences are there in him and him. क्लियर. ब्रह्मा भगवान जो है इस तरह से he doesn't become many, that he doesn't take birth as such way that they are apart from him. Means at no time when Bhagavan himself got himself becoming many through the birth, all those born things never are away from apart from him. So the ornaments are born from the gold, not in such a manner that the born ornament is something like a silver or a copper. Is it silver or copper when the gold is born as ornament? No, it is gold only. So the birth of the ornaments on the gold without changing their original status. But the father born as son is different totally. ऐसा birth नहीं है कि अलग है. Now, beautiful thing from here a questions come. Then what therefore is birth actually then? If it is not alag, then it is not a birth. But you are saying a birth only. Because prajayeya. It is a genius of Bhagavan Adi Shankara. Now sorts out once for all the understanding. Only this understanding you have to become stronger and stronger in. Yesterday we touched upon it. Repeatedly today we are touching. Tomorrow also we will see so that the knowledge understanding becomes subtler and subtler. So here he says, कि नहीं पुत्र उत्पत्त्या इव अर्थांतर विषयम बहुभवनम कथम तरहि. Then what is the meaning of he desired, he wanted to become many by being born as many. Then if this birth is not like the child is born to parents after which he is separate from the parents, if that is not the case, katham tarhi, what is the way the Bhagavan wanted to become many? By being born and then after birth become many. What exactly happens in Brahma when it is said that he is born? Very crucial it is. Very subtle thought. The answer is Atmastha Anabhivyakta Nama Rupa Abhivyaktya. This is the main sentence to be kept throughout life in our mind. Atmastha Anabhivyakta Nama Rupa Abhivyaktya. First thing is Atmastha, means in his own self. Anabhivyakta, unmanifest. Nama Rupa, the Rupa, form and name. Abhivyaktya, by getting it manifested. In this manner, Bhagavan takes birth in the form of variety of things. Therefore, what is Bhagavan's birth or Bhagavan creating the world? Anabhivyakta Nama Rupa. Anabhivyakta means unmanifest. Coming to Abhivyakti or manifestation. So before manifestation, when Brahman alone was there, where were all these Nam Rupas? So Atmastha. Okay? Atmastha, they are inside him, unmanifest. Therefore, as we said, all the waves are nothing but the birth of the ocean, and all the waves are nothing but the birth of the Rupa Nama. All the waves are nothing but the manifestation of Rupa Nama, which was eternally there inside the ocean in an unmanifest form. So, any number of million number of ornaments. What is the ornament? A form and a name. Is there any doubt in that? A form and a name is ornament. Now, this form and name is inherently, eternally there in the gold, unmanifest. When it is manifested, then the ornament has been born from the gold. Gold is born as ornament. Gold gave birth to ornament. Gold is appearing as ornament. Gold is appearing as many. Language kuch bhi kaho. But what exactly happened is unmanifest nama rupa manifesting alone is creation. Is nothing other than that. That is why in that ornament, which is the nothing but Rupa Nama, any nook and corner you see gold and gold alone. Therefore, without itself getting changed originally, still how it became born only by Rupa Nama. And where was Rupanama before? In the same self, because self alone was there earlier, in the unmanifest form. Again, when the Rupanama dissolves, what remains? Only gold. At that time, where that the Rupa of a bangle and the Nama bangle gone into the gold only unmanifest. Because nothing else is there other than the gold, from where the Rupanama can come. Brahman alone is there. From him alone the Rupanama have to come. When the Rupanama dissolve, Brahman alone remains. Therefore, where they might have gone, they must have gone into him only. So Brahman, the Rupanama unmanifest, is known Brahma Swarupa. When they get manifested, the creation has come. That you call it as Bhagavan is born in this form. So actually, is he born from the substratum standpoint? No. Then is he born? Yes. How? The unmanifest Rupa Nama got manifested. Inherent, unmanifest. Atmastha, inherent. Unmanifest, anabhivyakta. Rupa Nama, name and form. Abhivyaktya, by manifestation. This is called as the birth of the Lord into so many forms. Gross, subtler, causal, individual and total, everything is nothing but. Is it not? The small earring also, or even that उसका स्प्रिंग क्या कहते हैं वो भी बनाते हैं उसी गोल्ड से. A very small those stick rod like thing pin to pin it from the same gold, huge ornament of necklace or waist that also is made. So the sizes, the shapes, the places where they are put, the names given, the utility, vyavaharik utility, all of them are nothing but the same gold taking or allowing the Rupanama to manifest from it. It has not changed. So to Brahman remaining as himself, the entire world of names and forms which were inherently inside him unmanifest, when he made them manifest, that is called as Brahma Bhavanam in the form of Jagat. Brahma getting birth to appear as the Jagat. It is not like the father appearing as son by giving birth to the son, after which father and son are different. They are not same. But in this way, the ornament and the gold are never that way same. Gold gave birth to ornament and it went away, and born gold ornament also gone somewhere. ऐसा है क्या? See that. This is where we have to inquire. This is how the Sat remaining Sat all over the universe or every experience appearing as a form and name. And all names and forms are inherently existing in this Sadvastu Parabrahma unmanifest. Anabhivyakti, Abhivyakti of the Rupa Nama is called as Pralaya or Srishti. Clear? So, Katamdari Atmastha Anabhivyakta Nama Rupa Abhivyaktiya. Now see, Yada, this is explained very clearly, we are seeing all that. Yada Atmasthe Anabhivyakte Nama Rupe. When the unmanifest inherently existing Rupa Nama or Nama Rupa Vyakriyete, when they come to manifestation, tada, at that time, Nama Rupe, be attentive. Those Nama Rupa, Atma Swarupa Aparityagena, its own real Swarupa जो भी था उसको त्याग किए बिना ही एवा ब्रह्मणा, by that Brahma Tattvam, a Prabhibhakta Desha Kale, never differentiated or made different in any of the Desha or of any of the Kala also, Sarva Avasthasu Vyakriyete, in all the situations, Tada Tat Nama Rupa Vyakaranam Brahmanaha Bahubhavanam. In that way, the expression in the form of Rupa Nama is called as Bahubhavanam of the Brahma. So Kamayata Bahusyam is this one. So when the name and form are unmanifest in him, he wanted to become many. His desire to become many is by birth. That birth is not like the birth of child from father, but the birth is like what? The unmanifest inherent Rupanama coming into the manifestation. This is from this side. Second, when the unmanifest Rupanama, be attentive, is getting into manifestation at that time, be attentive. That Swatma of that Rupanama, which is called the self, has never suffered any loss or any alternation. Be attentive. in whatever the form and rupa it is expressing, at all times, in all places, in all situations. Means सब देशों में, सब कालों में, सब परिस्थितियों में अपने स्वरूप का परित्याग किए बिना ही अनेकानेक रूप नाम के रूप में ये परब्रह्म ही अनमैनिफेस्ट रूप नाम को मैनिफेस्ट करना, यही ब्रह्म का अनेक बनना और बहुभवनम कहते हैं. This is what is to be mastered in Vedanta. This the gurus have discovered. They just kept away the Rupa Nama and contemplated on that essence. They discovered the essence, the self. When from the self standpoint, then they looked at from within the self only, the Nama and Rupa are coming as if it is a separate entity. Those who don't go into the depth of the cause or the main Atma of that Nama Rupa, they will take it as separate. Like if you don't take the Atma of the wave to be the water, then we consider wave to be separate from the river or the ocean. Is it not? Or the water. If our drishti is not on the water, then we take the wave to be separate from the water. But if you go just beyond the shape of the wave, name of the wave, what do you see? Water only, no? And where was the wave when the water was not in the wave form? That waves, Rupa and Nama, are inherently in the water only. Therefore, water without losing its waterness. In any time, at any place, in any situation, when the wave is very ripple size or it has become a tidal size and died without the water being changed, even iota, same water is appearing as many small wave, big wave, ripple and bubble. This is called as the water becoming bahu without actually happening anything. So to Brahma within himself, without suffering any sort of loss or change or modification, manifesting the inherently existing Rupanama into manifestation from unmanifest is called as Brahma is becoming many or appearing as many or born as many, whatever the language you use. Main thought should be understood. That is Brahmo Bhavanam. So, nahi putroत्पत्त्याय अर्थांतर विषय बहुभवनम कथम तरहि आत्मस्थ अनभिव्यक्त नाम रूप अभिव्यक्त्या यदा आत्मस्थे अनभिव्यक्ते नाम रूपे व्याक्रियेते तदा नाम रूपे आत्मस्वरूप अपरित्यागेन एव ब्रह्मणा अप्रविभक्त देश काले सर्वावस्थासु व्याक्रियेते तदा तत् नाम रूप व्याकरणं ब्रह्मणः बहुभवनम्. Becomes subtler and subtler. And all problem comes to us because of excessive importance given to Rupa Nama as they are real. And that we give because to our own Dehadi Upadhi, we give lot of reality. Through them some tentative entertainment is coming, enchantment is coming. इसलिए उनको साइड पे रखने को मन नहीं होता. Like while listening to the class also, because of entertainment, the cell phone को आप साइड पे नहीं रखते हो, साथ में रखते हो, बीच बीच में देखते हो. It is a disease. It's a disease of looking at cell phone while being in the class, because of which the continuous flow of the thoughts is not caught by the listener. Distractions happen. In the same way, in our life, because of excessive value given to Rupa Nama, especially our own Deha, this disease is not making us accept, understand this subtle point that the Brahman remaining as himself in Sarvadesha, Sarvakala, Sarvavastha is manifesting the inherent unmanifest Rupa Nama. This is called as the Brahma becoming many or called as creation. Therefore, only Rupa Nama is creation. Never ever the self lost itself, nor it is gained, nor it got modified. It is always remaining the same. Therefore, has the creation happened? Yes and no. No, because not happened like the Father created Son, as if they are two. Yes, in the form that the unmanifest Rupa Nama expresses manifested. That's it. Other than that, in any of the Desha, Kala and Vastu, the Atma of that every Rupanama, which is Brahman, which was Brahman, it never got tainted or changed or modified or lost. It remains the same. So, Sokamayata Bahusyam Prajayeya. This is how looking simple these three words, but they have taken us to a beautiful, newer, ultimate, greatest understanding. So the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever we discussed, it's worthy of listening few more times for a crystal clear understanding once for all in life. Then go on strengthening the thought. In the strengthening of the thought, the Rupanama or nothing but the inherent unmanifest of Paramatma is getting manifested. But the Rupanama come and go. Our overpowering influence of the Rupanama on us is the cause because of which the substratum which is beyond Rupanama we are not able to recognize. So, therefore, devalue the Rupanama till we reach to the self. After seeing self, come back and enjoy the Rupanama for Vyavahara without missing your own essential selfhood. This is what all the Rishi Muni saints. They are experiencing Brahman, the unmanifest Nama Rupa of the Brahman, inside Brahman, is in the form of this Jagat. They enjoy in that without losing their own Atmanubhava because Parabrahma, when he is appearing as Rupa Nama, it has not lost its Brahma Tattva, whether it is in any time or any place or any situation. These are the great, great thoughts of our this Upanishadic portion. Next, this called as Brahmanaha Bahubhavanam. Bahusyam is completed here. So Kamayata Bahusyam Prajayeya. Prajayeya. See, Rupa and Nama alone are the waves on the ocean. Other than that, there is only ocean only. Without the ocean, Rupanama cannot be there, waves cannot be there. Next one, Brahmana Bhav. Na Anyatha. Not the other way, the Brahman became as the Jagat in any form. Niravayavasya Brahmanaha Bahutva Apattihi Upadyate Alpatvam Va. So, the Brahman being Niravayava can never be made into parts. So, therefore, he cannot be born as other things that are born. So to in Brahman there is no alpatvam that it can be that way born as if separate. Again I am reading it. Na anyatha niravayavasya brahmanaha bahutva apattihi. The brahmanaha bahutva apatti, Brahma becoming many is only in this form. There is no other way. Why is it so? Because he has got no avayava and he has not the alpatva. Okay. So, Bahutva apati upati alpatvam va. So, neither Brahman became many, nor he is reduced to small less. Is it not the ocean is infinite? The waves are many and compared to the ocean, the small. So, did really the ocean become many and became small? No. If it was a avayava, it would have become because parts can be increased in size or reduced in size. Parabrahma, because of not having any parts in him, therefore he is not actually became many as if, therefore, nor he has become any alpa. He is always in this infinitude, he is always in one without second attitude, second state. So, Eka and Brahma is always Eka and Brahma. He has never become Aneka, nor he lost his Brahmatva to become Alpa. Brahma is bigger than biggest. So the bigger than the biggest ocean, did it become small wave? Did it become many waves? No. What exactly happened? The inherent Rupanama in the way of the in the inside the ocean, which were unmanifest, just manifested as the variety of waves. Rupanamas. This is what very crucial thought, which will make us clearly therefore understand Paramatma remaining as he is intact. On him only variety of Rupanama are tentatively projected, which is called as the entire universe or world or cosmos. And none of the Rupa are permanent, nor the Nama are permanent, but Brahman is permanent. And this देश काल में रूप नाम बदलते ही रहते हैं. Interesting. We are overpowered by the value importance given to Rupa Nama. And that also very personal and subject. Okay? What Rupa I love or like, you may not do the same. You may like some other Rupa. Is it not? कि आपका कौन सा कलर अच्छी लगता है आपको? मेरे को ना मैरून कलर एंड आपको आई लाइक द पर्पल एंड व्हाट डू यू लाइक? आई लाइक ग्रीन. अरे एवरीवन लाइक्स डिफरेंट रूपा. इन द सेम वे द रूपा इंक्लूड्स एवरी ट्री और द आकाश और जो भी है, हर एक बंदा का अपने वासना के अनुसार अलग अलग पसंद होता है. दैट शोज दैट द रूप नाम आर नॉट रियल. Each one is liking different one. Okay. Now we will study then this portion. Yatha akashasya alpatvam bahutvam cha vastu antarkrutam eva atha tadvarena eva atma अतः तद्वारेणेव आत्मा बहु भवति. नहि आत्मना अन्यद अनात्मभूतं तत्प्रविभक्त देशकालं सूक्ष्मं व्यवहितं विप्रकृष्टं भूतं भविष्यद्वा वस्तु विद्यते. अतः नामरूपे सर्वावस्थे ब्रह्मणः एव आत्मवति न ब्रह्म तदात्मकं. ते तत् प्रत्याख्याने न स्तः एव इति तदात्मके उच्यते. ताभ्यां च उपाधिभ्यां ज्ञातृज्ञेय ज्ञानशब्दार्थादि सर्वसंव्यवहारभाग ब्रह्म सः आत्मा एवं कामः सन् तपः अतप्यतः. तपः इति ज्ञानमुच्यते. यस्य ज्ञानमेन तपः इति श्रुत्यन्तरातु. आप्तकामात्वाच्च इतरस्य असम्भव एव तपसः. तत्तपः अतप्यत तप्तवान् सृज्यमान जगद्रचनादि विषयाम् आलोचनाम् अकरोदात्मा इत्यर्थः. स एवम् आलोच्य तपः तप्त्वा प्राणिकर्मादि निमित्तानुरूपम् इदं सर्वं जगत् देशतः कालतः नाम्ना रूपेण च यथानुभवं सर्वैः प्राणिभिः सर्वावस्थैः अनुभूयमानम् असृजत सृष्टवान्. यदिदं किञ्च यत् किञ्च इदं विशिष्टम् अविशिष्टं तदिदं जगत् सृष्ट्वा किमकरोत् इति उच्यते. तदेव सृष्टं जगत् अनुप्राविशदिति. These are the beautiful things. Patiently, as you have given today attention, give tomorrow also to that next pahad, next level of study and understanding we will enter into. These 5-6 days, those who are regular, don't miss the Upanishad class. Because the best of the all Upanishads, the understanding regarding Brahma Tattva are being discussed here. What I will do is today, whatever is said, that also little bit will touch for 4-5 minutes. Then the next topic, what we chanted just now, usko bhi aage wale bhi hum देखेंगे. Then everyone, if you can spend some time with calm and quiet mind, do little reflection of it. This just heard thing can become at least information and knowledge. सोच लो अगर कर सकते हैं तो. So unmanifest नाम रूप अनभिव्यक्त नाम रूप अभिव्यक्ति एव सृष्टि. At that time, the self, the Brahman, has never gone away, nor got reduced, nor permanently became that Rupa Nama. He remained intact in all desha and all kala, in all avastha. Yet the Rupa Nama manifested. Therefore, every Rupa Nama inherently has the Brahma Tattvan only. That's why Sarvam Kalu Idam Brahma. And that Brahma already discussed Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is to be experienced as ourselves. But right now, we are experiencing ourselves to be one of the 5 koshas. Therefore, through Pancha Kosha, we are pulled, Pancha Kosha Viveka, we are pulled out of our identity with them. Then that is half of sadhana. Abhyatireka sadhana. Now the Anvaya is what? Other than Pancha Kosha is Parabrahma. We are that Parabrahma that has to be proved intellectually by the Guru and Shastra. And we, by understanding, by doing due sadhana, have to experience in ourselves that I am the Brahman. Then I am Jiva Deha, all that samsara just washes away with its consequent to giving us limitations and dukkha. Okay, beautiful portion tomorrow. ये सवाल पहले भी आया था in our earlier one of the Anuvakas. Now it is beautifully, little more additions are done, modification done, and the knowledge is put in front of us. So kamayata bahusyam prajayeti. This is a crucial portion of Vedanta. We try to study. The remaining continue tomorrow. Om 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarshibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Srutimatre Namaha Samasta Brahma Vidyacharya ऋषिभ्यो मणिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु थैंक यू ओम try to be regular as much as possible. Even if you miss the live class, offline you listen. Try to tune these few days and keep mind also calm and quiet to receive this beautiful knowledge. For that, anything to be sacrificed, it's worth. With the loaded mind, we can't listen Vedanta.